Consequences tomorrow morning, 8:54. Now, figures obtained by the BBC this week reveal that over the last 3 years, more than 7,000 shotgun licences have been issued to under 18-year-olds in the UK. And among those were at least 13 children who were under 10 years old.
Yes, the youngest was just 7. We're joined now by 21-year-old Robert Vincent, who has had a licence since the age of 11, and Lucy Cope from Mother Against Guns. Morning to you both, and we're both coming obviously from quite different points of view on this. Robert, first of all, so you've had a gun licence since you were 11?
A shotgun certificate since I was 11, yes.
OK. Why did you need one of those?
Purely to compete in competitions. I competed in clay pigeon shooting competitions from a very young age. And all a shotgun certificate is it allows me to use a shotgun under supervision of somebody with a licence who holds the gun. It's a piece of paper, basically, that just allows me to use a gun.
And did the police have to come and see you before you were given it? What was the procedure?
Incredibly strict interviews. A firearms officer from my county, which is Wiltshire, comes to my house. They inspect the whole house. They go through my mental state. There's a long interview. They check our security procedures. We've got a massive lock cabinet, alarms all around the house, so it's very strict the way that they monitor it.
Okay. Lucy is shaking her head there. You founded Mothers Against Guns. Before we find out your views on this, just explain how you came to set up the organisation.
I myself lost a child to gun crime in 2002. My own son was shot dead with a reacted imitation firearm.
So the fact that so many youngsters, if I use that word, have had these licences over the last few years, what's your reaction to that? I'm
absolutely horrified, especially for the age group, in the way the gang culture is at present and the way that the guns are flooding our streets and the ammunition that anybody would want to give a licence to a child at this age, or even want to teach a child how to shoot a firearm at this age, is beyond me.
Robert, go on.
My main thing is demonising firearms in public popular culture is what's going wrong. Teaching somebody from a young age in a safe environment with a shotgun, which is at targets, it's clay pigeons or it's game shooting, it's an incredibly responsible way. I was taught from I had to learn so much before I was even allowed to apply for the certificate, and then I had to go through rigorous coaching. I've done numerous safety courses, applying to be a shotgun coach myself. There's so much you have to go through to be able to do that. It's teaching responsibility from a young age.
Lucy, you know, there is a difference here in some ways, because he is using a gun, but this is used for sport, and the guns that, or many of the guns that are causing problems are unlicensed, illegal guns.
Not always. I mean, the handguns that are used for the very things that you do are able to be reactivated and used as a lethal weapon. I dispute that there's such a rigorous checks done on the current licence being released now. Maybe when this gentleman was younger, but I dispute. I know in Bedford, in Luton and in Gloucestershire that licences have been released and there's not been the proper checks done. Look at Cumbria, for instance, with David Bird. He had a licence for firearms.
I mean, the Cumbria shootings are in a lot of the papers this morning, aren't they, after the inquest finished yesterday? We can ask, I mean, you're now, what, 20?
21. Yeah.
21. I mean, did you need to have a gun? Did you need to be doing shooting even as a safe sport, as you say, when you were 11? Couldn't you have waited till you were older?
This was one of my passions. I've grown up, and my father's a gamekeeper, and I've grown up around this all my life. It's a passion that I have. I've competed at county level. My friend of mine's just won a silver medal at the World Championships. This is a sport that we're tremendously good at as a nation, and it's something that we shouldn't be sort of dragged back from. It's responsible, it's safe, it's incredibly... We're not going around with handguns like this. We're shooting shotguns, which are long guns. They're incredibly safe, in a safe environment. Everything is monitored. It's a privilege just for us to have guns, and we do not want to lose them.
Lucy, I'm also interested as well, because, I mean, clearly Robert comes from has had a lot of education about his gun and all the rest of it. You have a very different point of view. What about education, about educating young children about the dangers? Would that help?
We have been pounding the government's ×3 to make it part of the curriculum on the educational level for children to be taught the dangers and the downfall of firearms. Also, maybe where this young chap's come from, but way off of me ever agreeing to a child at this age ever having a licence for a firearm. It needs to be dealt with. We need to stop it, and I will march against it if need be. It can't be allowed. I'm sorry, no.
OK. It's really good to talk to you both. Lucy Cope, Robert Vincent. I know you have very different points of view. Thank you.
Thank you.
Still to come on Breakfast.